Sorry, the video cut off. People had tried to like kick her down at one point in the video. That's like people who have tried to step on me and treat me like dirt. And then she rose up and God was like behind her. It's very much from God. You can't even, I can't deny it. Can't be denied. There's a part where there's a figure. It looks just like Jesus Christ following her. And she rises up and she's like in the sky. Like all the people that treated me like dirt wanted to step me. You can't defeat me because God's with me. And he's exalting me. That's like what that means. I couldn't deny it. That's not a Christian song. The Fruit Loops, it's a joke. It's funny. Satan's not going to stop. It's just like that movie. It's very much from God, part of that. And how did she defeat him or her? Her purity. And the evil witch with Ariel. And you know what's very interesting in both of those movies? What did the evil queen want? Or the witch? She wanted to rule. That's like Satan. Satan wants to rule. He wanted to rule over God. He said, I should be God. I should be worshipped. Now, when I say we're like queens and royalty, I'm not saying it's a worship thing. It's status in God's kingdom. You see, the devil's going to come at you and tell you God's not real, devil's not real, demons aren't real. He'll put doubt in you. God will show you things. He'll talk to you. Then Satan will put fear in you and tell you, no, he didn't talk to you. But God will confirm it. What do we need to do? We need to trust God. Live in repentance and trust God. And I don't even question how he speaks to me anymore. Just let him do what he wants. I don't choose how he speaks to me. You know what he was showing me? Right near where my bunny is. My bunny is like downstairs near a door. It's like a window door. And there's like a dresser kind of thing near him. I was petting my bunny. And then I looked over at the dresser, just looking at things. Do you know what was there? It was like how to draw fairies. I was like, what is this doing here? I'd never seen it there before. And there was a blue butterfly on it. I was like, what? God was like, yeah. You think I thought he would tell me I'm like a fairy? No, it's him. It's funny. He doesn't mean like a magical witchcraft type, just like a good way. In a good way, to show me I have wings, somewhat like the wings of a phoenix. And that I have powers and I'm beautiful. It's just in a fun way. You know, right near in my kitchen, or my mom's kitchen, right in front of the sink, there's this little plaque. It has monarch butterflies on it. It's been there a very long time. I didn't even know that meant that before. And there's a picture of my little sister, and she's dressed up in a Tinkerbell outfit. It's God. It's funny. God has a sense of humor. It's him. You got to be open to how God's going to speak. Satan's not going to stop. We're in war. He condemns me like, I don't know, almost all day. I just get used to it. It's like a constant dripping. There's verses in the Bible and Proverbs that a nagging wife is like a constant dripping or contentious woman. It's better to be on the top of a house than to be in a house with a contentious woman. Now, when you're married, if your husband does something evil, you can tell him and, conversate about it. But, that means like someone who's just accusing, just like, oh, you're this and you're that and you're horrible and I hate you and just, sick, wicked stuff. That's like how the devil is, just condemning. You're ugly, you're not good enough, you should stop serving God. God's not real. Devil's not real. All this lies. He's very tricky. You don't think he knows what he's doing? He's smart. Now, I wouldn't say he's that smart for going against God. That was pretty dumb. I don't know what that was. But he's intelligent in his own way. Humans without the power of God in us, without the wisdom God's given us, we're not smart enough to defeat Satan. We defeat Satan through Jesus Christ. It's not us. Very, very sneaky Satan is. He's very sneaky. This is why we need to stay out of sin unto death. You see all the weird doctrines people have? With the law, with faith alone. It's developed by Satan. Because he's sneaky. That guy I was talking about that came and doesn't, believe we must turn from sin, even though I gave the actual verses. In the end, what he was saying, he's like, I tried to help you, Paige, and I'll pray for you. But, and I'm like, that's like gaslighting from Satan. I'm like, oh man. It's him. Using that guy. He doesn't even know. People think they can live like Satan. They're not even on God's team. How are you a warrior for Christ if you live in sin? Doesn't even make sense. By their logic, it's like they could literally believe that, okay, a serial killer that says in their mind, I believe in God, and just keeps killing people will go to heaven. That's their logic. I told him that. He's like, no, this. But actually, by the way you believe, that's what you think. Doesn't make any sense. It's developed by Satan. You see, I know how Satan works. God's taught me. He's trained me. Now, people will think it's strange, the whole Disney thing and how God speaks. I don't know what to say. That's how he speaks. Now, God can speak in a lot of ways. He speaks through the Bible. He can speak through anything. You don't have to watch these things, but he'll speak through it to me. It's very fun. So Satan's not going to stop. We need to take God seriously. And remember, we're in war. You're in war every single day. You're in war. We hang out in God's rest and his purity. Righteous by Christ, righteous by the blood of Christ, the fairest of them all, inheritors of the kingdom. We're like Snow White. And Satan's jealous and he won't stop. Just like that movie. Perfect representation of him and his wickedness. So seek God, be in relationship with him. When I even say seek God, I'm not saying, okay, you must pray for like 10 hours and read the Bible for 10 hours or something. You could seek him through movies. Literally. Through music, worshiping him. I mean, the Bible too, of course, but he'll make it fun. He wants to speak to you. Let him lead you. All right, I love you guys. Bye.